make sure they're kind of matched up.
Okay, so top and bottom then.
And go to, yeah, just fold them both over.
Okay.
And then lock that stitch in right up against that seam. Then fold them the other way. Go through that top seam. Lock it in right there. Go to the end, lock it in, go through,
Okay.
lock it in. And they'll come out just like hers.
Oh.
Come out just perfect.
If we're lucky.
The others are pretty well on their way here. She's from Oregon.
Great directions from Yvonne, and I do quilt a lot, so I have kind of a head start, but yeah, just followed Yvonne's instructions, and
So now that I've done my 3.
she's a great instructor.
Okay.
I had her sign it. I will incorporate it into a quilt, and
You see they're kind of matched up.
Uh-huh.
And then lock it in, you know, go back over it once.
Uh-huh.
Go through that seam, fold them the other direction, and lock that in right there. So to there. Do the same thing. Go through here, lock it in, go to the end,
Ah, okay.
and open it up, and it'll be just.
Okay. Thank you. Let me start.
The difference.
Yeah.
Now, have any of you ever, like, made a machine quilt and you got it done and, like, maybe your border or something shrunk? And it makes it kind of wonky? That's, if you wash your fabrics first, that really makes a difference. And then, this is cotton batting. Well,
That's what
Where do you find a good spot to buy it at, the batting? Do you have a favorite spot?
It's hard to find, you know, most quilt shops have different kinds and stuff, but on everything, but it just died out, and then in the 60s, when the New Freedom movement, the hippies, if there's any hippies here, God bless you. Because the hippies brought back the traditional crafts, and they brought back quilting, you know, macrame, remember all that stuff they were on?
yeah.
And quilting has never died down since. And my mom started making, of course her grandma and her mom and all them had always quilted, but she started making quilts in the 60s. And then I took off from her and my sister, and so mom actually, she taught a lot of gals to quilt in her hometown, and they met at her house, and finally there was too many of them, and they started a guild, and anyway, but that's kind of how a lot of them learned, was from the older women that had learned from their parents.
And I do the long side